with her information, even though she's on Social Security disability. Macy Davis reports on the struggle she's gone through and how others can protect themselves.
A letter from the state saying a tax return has been filed, but you never filed one. That's what brought on a months-long dilemma for one Arkansas woman.
I ended up having to go to the Lynn Library and print off documents to email and fax to the IRS for identity theft.
The first red flag for Angela Foster, getting that letter knowing she's on SSDI.
I don't file taxes because my income is so low, being on Social Security disability.
No one should even be able to file a tax return, you would think.
You would think that, but they said that, it happens a lot.
She reached out to the state and was told that she needed to file a police report and contact the Federal Trade Commission.
They were like, look, you need to figure out what's going on. You have to file all these documents. We can freeze your benefits, you can lose your benefits, and you can be required to pay it back.
Foster is battling an autoimmune disorder. On top of that, she's had to deal with the anxieties of proving she didn't file the tax return, making sure she could keep her disability benefits, and figuring out who did this to her.
But it's cost a lot of money running and doing and trying to get everything done. The day that I had to go to Jonesboro, that was $80 out of my pocket. But I keep track of this.
It's good that you do. Do you think you'll ever see this money back?
Probably not.
Foster found out the tax return was filed with H&R Block. She needed a copy of the tax return to find out more information. She finally was able to get a copy after jumping through hurdles, not through H&R Block, but through the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office. Looking into the FEIN number led Foster to a nonprofit out of Mountain Home, so she reached out to someone there.
There was a total of 12 documents sent to his office, and it was 12 people he did not know who they were, and that he had to explain to Social Security that these people did not work for him. There's 11 people besides myself that this has happened to.
I tried to contact the state Social Security office for an interview related to what happened to Ms. Foster, but they denied my request due to disclosure laws and regulations. Social Security referred me to the IRS, where I received the same response. Here's one way to protect yourself, recommended by the IRS. You can request an IP PIN from the IRS. It's a 6-digit number that must be used to confirm your identity before any tax returns are filed with your information. That number must be correct to get taxes filed. The PIN is reissued each year by the IRS. Whether or not you file taxes, the IRS also suggests keeping an eye on your financial records and checking your credit report frequently. File a police report if you notice anything abnormal. If you find there's a problem, you'll need to file a complaint with the FTC and the Social Security Administration. Spokesperson Scott Hardin with the Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration said false taxes being filed is not a new thing.
And it doesn't necessarily increase, but it changes. Again, the criminals are going to try to find some new way to file.
But added some ways to keep your information secure. Shred any documents containing personal information. Also be wary of anyone calling you, asking you for information, no matter what organization they claim to be with. If you file taxes, there are more ways to protect yourself. One is by choosing a trusted tax preparer, the other by being conscious of your Wi-Fi choices.
Certainly not something we would recommend to go to a public place and file on public Wi-Fi, because again, you're just increasing that chance that some information may be stolen.
After demanding answers for months, Foster wants someone to take accountability.
So when something like this happens, who do you think should be held accountable for it?
H&R Block. They have a responsibility to people, in my opinion. They have a responsibility to protect their customers.
Foster is still waiting for the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office to track down who filed the tax return. Looking through the stack of documents she's accumulated, anyone can see how much work she's put into getting to this point.
I have fought so hard because I'm like, who can't defend themselves? Who doesn't know?
Foster will continue fighting. She said it's scary being the target of fraud, and many on disability may not have the resources to find the answers like she has.
If somebody's fighting cancer or is terminal with cancer and somebody does something like this, how do they find the time to fight for their life and fight for insurance and benefits?
We reached out to the H&R Block media team for a comment on Foster's case, but we haven't heard back yet. For K8 Investigates, I'm Macy Davis.